Hello friends, I am Shyam Tamankar. Welcome you to an audiovisual learning program MSBTE Lead Learning at Your Doorsteps. Here we are going to deal with course outcome 2, unit outcome 5, part A of the subject management code 22509. Here in this unit we will discuss about understanding the core skills and competency. The content or agenda of this unit are what you mean by skills, what are core skills, we'll understand competence and competency, and we'll discuss about competency mapping, competency map, and profiling. Now friends, here in this picture you can see a particular person trying to fit someone in a given job. So this is the organization structure, and you can understand he is trying to fill the position. So it is very important here that when you are selecting a person, he or she, for that particular job, while selecting or while fitting that person to the job, you must see that the person possesses the required skills or the competency, or he is competent to do that particular job. If you don't do that, then that person will not be able to deliver on the job or perform well. So you must be cautious while selecting only that the person is competent for that job. So while filling up the position, you should see that you are not putting square pegs in round hole and vice versa. Now you can understand the meaning of it, right? So we'll understand now what you mean by skill and what are core skills. Now skill is an individual's ability to translate knowledge into action. So it is an ability of an individual to translate the knowledge he has into action. So only knowledge is not enough. You must be able to translate it into actual action, actual practice. So skill can also be defined as the ability to perform certain physical and mental tasks. So tasks are two types. Some are physical tasks, some are mental tasks. So that person must perform certain physical or mental tasks accurately, consistently, and meaningfully. If he has skills, then and only then he will be able to perform it accurately, consistently, and meaningfully. Accuracy, there is no need of explanation. Consistently means whenever he does that job again and again, every time, it should be accurate. And he should find that job interesting, enjoyable, or meaningful. Now skills are not inborn. It's very true. There is no need of explanation for that. Anybody who comes into this world does not possess different skills. You have to develop it over a period of time through training and practice. There are four components of skills, namely knowledge, expertise, attitude or willingness, and physical fitness. So skill means sum total of knowledge, expertise, attitude, and physical fitness. So first you must have knowledge about that job you are performing. You must gain the expertise by practice and experience. You must have willingness to do that job, and you must have the physical fitness to perform that job. Means even though you have knowledge, expertise and willingness, but if you don't have the physical fitness, then you will not be able to deliver on the job. So there are certain jobs where you need very clear vision. If you don't have the vision, if you are myopic, then you will not be able to do that job. And if you don't have the strength to continue for hours together, you develop fatigue very early, then in some of the jobs, you will not be physically fit. So it means that one has to have knowledge about anything one wants to perform. One must practice it for perfection, and one should think it meaningful and enjoy doing it, and have physical fitness or ability to perform the job. Now, there are two types of core skills required when you do any job. They are called as hard skills and soft skills. Now, hard skills, you can say computer programming, welding, machinery, machine operating, and you can keep on listing them. So there are different jobs or the different domains, and you must have those technical skills or the domain skills. Soft skills are like speaking, writing, listening, presenting. So you must have oral skills, you must have writing skills, or you should be able to listen to the people patiently. You should be able to present a certain idea in front of people. Then you must have the attitude or the willingness to do that job. All these are essentially the soft skills, including the people skills. Now, what are people skills? It means how you interact with others and create good, healthy relationship. So we are living in a society. You are part of the society. And every day you are meeting certain number of people, interacting with them. So you must be able to interact with them properly, and you must be able to develop good and healthy relationship. Unless otherwise you are able to do good and healthy relationships, you will not be able to perform on the job. Shop floor supervisors essentially has to have hard skills or the domain skill pertaining to his department, as well as people skills to handle workers. Now you'll understand what we mean by competence and competency. So someone who has the skills to do something well is considered as competent. So that person is considered as competent when he possesses certain skills to do certain job. So he is competent for that job. Competence refers to the ability to do something usually at a basic or acceptable level. So the competence is a particular ability by which you can perform a particular job at the acceptable level. For example, it took Suresh several years to develop competence in welding to the point where his foreman allowed him to do the task unsupervised. So Suresh is basically a welder. He has the knowledge of welding, and after doing a practice for several years, he could develop that level of competence, or he became competent, so that now his supervisor do not supervise his job frequently. Only he can explain about the job and leave the job to Suresh to do. Competency refers to an area in which one has been professionally trained. So, if you are professionally trained for a particular job, that is considered as your competency. For example, competency to appear in a court as a lawyer. When you will be able to appear in court as a lawyer, first you must have a degree of lawyer, you must have the sanad, then you must have the complete knowledge about your profession. You must be well studied, must study the different cases in the past. Then you must have the oral skills and the presentation skills, because you have to present or plead in front of the judge. You have to debate with the lawyer of the opposite side, and you must have the courage to know all these things. So this is the set of skills required by the lawyer. So when a lawyer has all these things, then he can appear in court as a lawyer. Competency is also defined as an underlying characteristics of a person which enables him to deliver superior performance in a given job, role or situation. So that particular person possesses those characteristics by which he is able to do the job superbly. That means he can deliver superior performance. So that superior performance is expected when you are a competent person or you possess certain competency. When a person possesses a combination of knowledge, expertise, ability and attitude, they are considered as a set of key success factors to perform a job successfully. That means when he performs a job, that means he shows a certain behavior. It's an explicit behavior. Now, what is competency mapping, competency map and profiling? Competency mapping means competency mapping is a process applied to identify and describe competencies that are the most critical to success in a work situation or a work role. So it is a process of identifying and describing the competencies which are most critical for that particular job or in that particular situation. As we discussed, the critical success factors or critical for the success of a lawyer are the oral skill, the presentation skill, and the courage he must possess. Competencies are required to perform successfully a given job or role or a set of tasks at a given point of time. It consists of breaking a given role or a job into its constituent tasks or activities. So first what you do, the first step is to create a job description, that this is a certain job and these are the tasks or activities to perform to deliver on the job. So you have to create that job description. And on the other side, you have to identify the competencies, the technical or the managerial, behavior or conceptual or the knowledge and attitude and skills, etc., which is required. So they are called as the job requirements, which are needed to perform the job, that particular job with the given description successfully. Competency map is a list of an individual's competencies that represent the factors most critical to success. So you create a list of the competencies that is required or critical to success in a given job, department, organization or industry. So when you do competency mapping, to create a competency map, that process is called as the competency profiling. So it is the process of identifying the knowledge, skills, abilities, attitudes, and judgment required for effective performance in a particular occupation or profession. So friends, this is all for this unit outcome 5 part A. Now we will look into unit outcome 5 part B shortly. Thank you. Thank you very much.